Hi, and thanks for logging on to the daily DVAR halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, 31st day of December. Here we go. The last in our group of laws here about how to treat a Sefer, a holy Jewish book, properly. When you finish learning from a Sefer and you want to leave the room for an extended period of time, like more than 30 seconds, and you want to leave the Sefer just lying there open, that's not considered so appropriate. It's like a little disrespectful to the Sefer that you left it open and you went out for a 20-minute break. So if it would be more respectful to close the Sefer and come back to it and reopen it when you learn, when you come back to learning that Sefer. If you do leave it open like that, there are some writings that say that it could cause forgetfulness in your learning, and you certainly don't want to have that happen. So do close a Sefer when you finish learning from it and come back to it later. Kissing a Sefer when you finish using it. It's not written in the early halachic sources, but it seems to be, like from all the later writings, that it's a very appropriate thing to do. So by all means, when you finish davening out of a siddur, give it a kiss. Finish learning out of a sefer, give it a kiss. Nothing wrong with that. And I might just add that when you get into the habits of doing things like that, it inculcates inside of your own self a feeling of respect and endearment to those svarim. So go ahead and do that, and it'll bring you in that direction, which is a direction that you should want to feel. Let's say you have a Sefer that no longer has good usefulness, and it's just going to sit there torn up and no one's going to use it. Then you could keep it in a safe place, or in certain circumstances you could bury it. You might want to discuss that Sefer with your rabbi, but to burn it or throw it out on your own was not considered an appropriate thing to do. If the Sefer is usable, but you just know it's not going to be used anymore because of whatever, then some allow burial if it won't be used. If it's still usable and you can figure out another use for it, then by all means try to do that. Some shuls have collection places where you drop off your Sefer and other people will use it, and it won't end up being buried. So by all means, if you have a Sefer that you're not using but you think someone else might use, well, then it's a no-brainer to say, well, try and give it to a source, a book collection place that maybe uses those and gives them out at very cut-rate prices. So you don't have to go right to burying just because you're not using it anymore. I want to go back to something we had told you about taking a siddur into a bathroom, and we had said that if it's inside of 2 coverings, then that's okay. A little additional detail on that is that if it's inside of your pants pocket and your jacket hangs over your pants pocket, that in itself could be considered 2 coverings right there, which would allow it to go into the bathroom. There are some rabbis that say that if it's in a lined pocket inside that hangs separately inside of your pants, that in itself might make it 2 coverings right there. So if you know that this kind of situation applies to you, by all means check it out with your rabbi. Say, oh, I often keep my skinny little siddur in my pants pocket. It's this kind of pocket, Rabbi. What do I have to do if I'm going to the bathroom? And he'll coach you accordingly. I just want you to know that this situation exists and you should do the right thing. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.